Last video, we finished off by spotting the biggest margin of our lives on the Chasm teleport scrolls. With a whopping 11k potential profit per teleport, we immediately looked to capitalize on this golden opportunity. But were we too late? Hello legends, welcome back to episode 2 of Mill to Bill. Now, I can confirm we unfortunately did miss out on securing 10k per teleport. However, we did profit about 5k per teleport, and I've just had a look at GE Tracker, and it does appear that another big opportunity has somehow opened up again. We're starting this episode off at 4.3 mil. That is actually insane. So this here is the opportunity we missed out on. We must have come in right at the end, and then the margins, as you can see, squeezed into about 2.5k, which is still good. Don't get me wrong, but as a recording, as I zoom out over here, it has opened up once again. Hopefully, we can snag some big profits. So I'm going to go straight to G and try and get some for about 32.5k. Try and sell some up here at around 39. That would be insane. Let's hope that we can get a bit luckier than yesterday. I'm not going to lie, I'm a little tempted to put the entire cash stack into it. But you just never know what's going to happen. I don't know if I'll regret not doing it. Let's just go with 80. That's a bit over half the cash stack. The Lantern times have still been good as well, so I see no point in trying to get more of these. And we'll go for whatever we can get, really. 1,300 of them. Hopefully I come back with some good news. I actually cannot believe we've started this episode with 4.3 mil. I'm thinking the goal for this episode would be, can we make it to a 10 mil cash stack in this episode? That's going to be the goal nonetheless, barring any market collapses or anything like that, because we haven't had one of those in a while. Now, for the moment you guys have been waiting for, were we able to cash in on this insane opportunity on the Chasm teleport scrolls? Unfortunately, as you can see here, we only got 7 of them. We did secure 70 more for 34k, only got 7 of them for 32k. We probably should have gone a bit higher. We did get a little bit scared, but we did sell them for 39k each. We made a little bit of profit. Now you might say, Ram, but you only made, X amount of K, however much it was, a few hundred K. That's okay, guys. It's only episode 2, and we're at 4.6 mil. Was it the rainfall we were hoping for? No, it wasn't. We're still making excellent time, and we're almost 5x our money, and it's only the beginning of episode 2. With that said, I do think it's time to try some different items, and I have a few in mind. I'm just looking a little bit closer at this papaya fruit graph. This is earlier today. Some pretty insane margins. People buying down well under 1,800. Low is almost 1,750 and selling at over 2k. But I hope that these margins open up again. They're quickly snuffed out, but just never know. With the Chasm teleport scrolls, they reopened like this big again around the same time. So maybe it's to do with something in game, time zones. You guys tell me. I have absolutely no clue. So we actually just sold some papayas. We put the sell offer in like 3 minutes ago. So we turned those over pretty quickly. Did only make 70k, but a win's a win. We take that. We take whatever advantage we can get in this world. I had my eye on these crab teleports. Maybe we can get a few of these. They're quite expensive, but you guys know I'm a bit of a fan of these teleport scrolls. The consumables, people love insta buying them. Legends, if it is your second or third video, please consider subscribing. It really helps support the channel. Super grateful for each and every one of you guys. Let's get back to the video. Bringing you guys an update from the moon, because that's exactly where this series is headed. I believe if we hit collect, we will be over 5 mil. Hopefully. Yes! We've hit 5 mil, guys. I actually can't believe we've made it here so quickly. 1 into 5 mil. We've been flipping some random stuff. The Lazars had an insane margin on them. Let's see if I can find it. I bought them for 1,450. They were selling for like 1,900. Unfortunately, only sold 74 though. But yeah, very happy. We've been doing some gilded as well, which we're going to run back. But I think it's time for a quick team meeting. Quick team meeting. I think with this milestone, we move on to some different items. I'm going to have a look and try a few different things, see if we can find some more items with some massive margins. You guys know that I love my teleports. So we're going to stick with these wilderness crab teleports. We're making 1.4k each after tax. Cannot complain with that. We'll try the papayas. They were okay, but not enough profit for how much of our cash stack we needed to invest. So that is the thought. I'm going to spread this money out over 3 or 4 items. And then maybe we can think about going all in on something really soon. Maybe some gilded. Not really too sure. I ain't gonna be lying to you guys. If we click on the day here, as we usually do, these Anakal teleports, looking like a bit of a snack here. Looking like a bit of a snack. We're gonna buy some for this price here. It looks like the same guy merching it. So we're gonna get it over here for, I'll put an offer for 22.70. And then we'll just undercut up here. And that's like 200 GP easy profit per teleport. It just does not get any easier. Dude, these teleports are 100% the meta at the moment. Additionally, I thought I would bring up these clue boxes. For whatever reason, there is always a pretty big margin. Not as big as it used to be. I've mentioned them quite a few times before in previous videos. I only just thought of them before and I was like, hey, why don't we run these back? What a perfect time. As you can see, a good 20k or so margin there and a fair few are bought. I mean, 4, 2, it's not terrible. It's not the worst. We're only buying 10, I think. We'll try for 10. All right, after review, this is what we've gone with. I do like my consumables. You guys know this. The clue boxes have been good in the past, so I'm looking forward to running those back. It's been quite a while. They're probably half the price they used to be. So the stocks are down, but the margins are still there. Excited about these Anakal teleports. PKs are always good to target. They absolutely never slow sell or slow buy anything. They're an impatient player base, which is exactly what I'm going to capitalize on. Bit of a false alarm on these Anakal teleports. I don't really know why I thought they were going to be such a winner. We made a grand total of, I think, 49k from that. Which means at this rate, Limper is going to finish his extreme one chunk series before we ever make a BIL. But on the bright side, these wilderness crab teleports, they've been going pretty well. If I bring this back up again, we've been buying them consistently, 17.5k. After tax, remember, down here, making almost a bit shy of 2k per tablet. This one was basically 2k after tax. These are a absolute certified money printer. So we're going to keep steamrolling with those. Update on the clue box as well before I go, while I still have you guys. We made a grand total of 210k from 1.7 mil investment. Guys, I have awoken to some terrible news. Our wilderness crab teleport gravy train appears to have been snuffed out. Look at this. Some merchants come in, they're making nothing. They're making like 200 GP per tablet. Guys, it looks like the sun run that we were on has slowed down quite heavily. That's okay though, it did get pretty crazy there for a little bit. I've just been experimenting with some ornament kits, the Fury ornament kit as well as the Anguish. And basically what I want to do, you can see here, made a little bit of profit, not too bad. But basically I just want to experiment. And what are we at? We're at like around 6.5 mil. So it's a weekend now. So I'm going to grind this out to about 6.5 mil. Sorry, I'm going to grind this out to 7.5 mil because there is an item I have my eye on. And I'm thinking we'll just launch that 7.5 mil into one item. See if we can turn it over a few times. Try and get a bit closer to this green cash stack. One thing that's really surprising me, this is the Anguish ornament kit, is they were turning over pretty quick. This is me buying them here at 546k. They're selling at 603k. Well, they were. But I was really shocked to see the liquidity. Look how many are selling every 5 minutes. 10, 6, 4, 3, 4, every 5 minutes. Isn't that insane? I mean, selling every day. 600 are being turned over a day. Who is buying these? Also, I meant to say I appreciate you guys' insights on the light and dark mode conundrum I was having. I found this obsidian mode. The background's a bit darker. I actually kind of like it, but what do you guys reckon? Is this better than the light mode? I'm not gonna lie, first thing in the morning, now that is a sexy chat box. That is exactly what you want to wake up to. Now, I became RuneScape's ornament kit salesman yesterday. I'll sort of show you guys. I was just flipping ornament kits. I don't really know how much we made. I don't think it was that hectic, but some good margins on them when you have a small cash stack. Now, I want to collect all this stuff, sell off whatever we have, and take inventory. See how much we have as a cash stack to see if we're ready to go all in on one item with a big margin. Bit of money made on the clue boxes. Sammy Hilt, meh, Fury Ornament Kits. Dude, these were pretty good. 18k. Big margin on these. But yeah, liquidity kind of sucks. And unfortunately, the anguishes... Anguish. Did I say it? Anguish? Unfortunately, the anguishes have not sold, which could be bad. I'll have to consult the graph in a second. But yeah, we're going to sell all this off, see where we're at. So it looks like we've caught a falling knife, which is... it's kind of bad. They're down to 467k. There was 600k yesterday. I was looking yesterday though, and I was like, oh, this is not a good sign. They have dropped. They were 13 mil a year ago. Guys, we have finally sold everything off. It's been a bit since we've seen what the cash stack is at. Let's have a look. 7.2 mil on the dot. Series is going well. Now, the item I want to go all in on with this 7.2 mil is the Gilded Kite Shield, which I'll bring up now. Now, you may be wondering, Ram, you don't even have enough to lowball the Gilded Kite Shield. That's true, but as I was going through Gilded, I spotted the Gilded Plate Legs, which looked even better. So we're just going to bomb literally every coin we have left. We have 0 GP and a Gilded Dream. Yes, what a beautiful day for some flipping. Oh boy. Alright, that clip may be a little bit misleading. We did have to up our offer to 7.3 mil with the Gilded Plate Legs. So only ended up making about 240k. Not the worst, but not the best. Probably not the best use of our time right now. However, I've had a bit of a devil on my shoulder. I think I've come up with an idea that could really balloon this 7.9 mil maybe into a green stack. Now you may be wondering, Ram, why are you in your house? Why aren't you flipping at the GE? Well, the reason is because I've been in the kitchen cooking up a big plan. And that plan has to do with our good old friend Chasm Teleport Scrolls. Now, my theory is that as I look through the graph, we notice a lot of big spikes. Now, generally, those big spikes up to like 42, 43k lately are on weekends. Not always, but my thought is that more people are going to be doing Yama on the weekend than they are during the week. It is 12:53 p.m. on a Thursday right now. So I've decided to launch the entire cash stack on Chasm Teleport Scrolls. We're going to wait 2 days till Saturday night, Sunday morning, around there. That way, it's Saturday in the entire world. And then we're going to dump these Chasm Teleport Scrolls. Hopefully net an absolutely massive profit. All I'm seeing is a huge upside and very little downside. What could go wrong?